Hey everybody, this is part 2 of a 2-part video. It was supposed to be a 1-part video, but I recorded so much damn footage. I recorded so much. So in the case that I can't really confine that into a watchable format, this is part 2. And I might not sound like it's part 2 in the video, but believe me, it's part 2. So, enjoy it. It's editing time. And that is what we have for our first lesson. Our second lesson here is, in my opinion, probably the most important one. Or maybe the last one was, but this one is more of a big deal to me. That is phones. Phones. Actually, Enroth, who is taking a break from being madly in love with me, she writes, the phones and talking are big for me. Yeah. JD Sandabanez writes, calling their friends to tell them they're at the movies. And of course, our dear friend Frank L. writes, cell phone, talking and texting during movies. You'd think the hour-long cartoon that AMC has running right before the movie starts would get you to think, maybe I should shut this thing off. I mean, it gives you a very long window, and if you go to Cinemark Theater, they just go and say, yo, zip it, or we'll make you go away. People still don't get this. First of all, you don't know how dangerous it is to answer a phone call during a movie. That unlocks a primal instinct in people that will make them want you dead. Your odds of getting stabbed are through the roof the second you pick up that phone. I don't know what it is about it. It's the fact talking bothers me. But when you pick up the phone and talk into it, oh, it makes me want to just wring your neck now. But here, to me, is the bigger deal on cell phones here. Because while you will get that one person every now and then who feels they have to, hello, during the movie, every movie has that one person who thinks it's okay to text message. Joelle Ortner writes, people on cell phones, even just turning it on and checking texts or emails drives me crazy. Moviebug writes, have a dim lit screen during your movie. I can still see it, buddy. JD Sandabez writes, people checking Facebook on their phones during the movie. That's a big deal too. So right here, it's not just texting. It's if you have your phone out. People who do that, I have this idea in my mind that they sit there and they think, oh, this is okay because I'm not making noise. It's not the noise that makes me want to stab you in the neck and watch you bleed out. It's the fact I'm watching a movie on a bright screen and then out of nowhere, another bright screen appears and it's shining. It shines like the bat signal. Batman's coming and I hope he beats you up because our eyes, they are like moths. They are drawn to light. The second I see another light, I am not paying attention to that movie anymore. I'm paying attention to you and how much you're aggravating me. It doesn't matter if it's making noise or not. It's the fact there's just a random other light in the middle of the theater now and it's making me angry. Whatever you're doing, texting, checking Facebook, stop. Put it on lock. And this next one is one that I actually didn't think was an issue, but after reading this comment, I realized I think I actually might have seen this happen a few times. ATZ Reviews, and he's a really good reviewer on YouTube, you should check him out. He writes, dude, great idea. Not my idea, but thank you. He writes that the most recent atrocity I've been facing is people having full-on Snapchat conversations during the movie. Makes me want to snap. Hear that? Makes him want to snap while you chat. Now, why I said I didn't think this was a big deal, but after reading that comment, I did think it might have been, it's because flashes of light, we were just talking about those, but sometimes I see flashes of light that are actual camera flashes. Could this be people having Snapchat conversations during the movie and having the flash on? So every now and then I'm like, ah! I think lightning has struck. I think lightning struck the theater. You're scaring me. You're worse than the whisper ghosts. You're scaring me. If you do that, you're going to super, super double hell. Don't do that. Leave me alone and leave my buddy alone. That's insane. Okay, so I have 2 more lessons for you. And this next one, it is on the idea of movement. Just you moving in a theater, you moving around, that increases your chances of getting stabbed. Let me tell you why. Patty Moran writes, people who have to go out to the toilet and go past me to get there. I get you have those fluids in your body and they're annoying you. But you gotta have a better escape route, or you gotta learn how to hold that bladder. I know that sounds weird, but it does bother me too. He also writes, and I think this kind of does count as movement as well, because you are moving to make it happen. People that go in to make out. If you're at the movie theater and I'm sitting in the back alone and I see you making out, to me that means you're more happy than me, and that just makes me angry inside. So, that's not really a big deal. It's just like, dude, be considerate to the people who realize life sucks because they don't have it. Oh, damn! Donkey Kong! And once again, Ashley Enroth writes, people who move too much in their seats, they move a whole row, a bunch of makes annoying sounds. Really hard to read, Ashley. But yeah, the basic idea of movement can be infuriating to people. I don't have a tremendous problem with it, except for the fact sometimes it's just constant people just going bam, 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 wherever they damn please. What's worse is when it's children again, because children, like me in the olden days when I was watching Hulk, they just run around the theater and do whatever the hell they want. That's annoying. That's annoying. I went and saw Casa de Mi Padre a little while ago, and by a little while ago, I mean it was years back because that's when it came out. I was still in high school. And right next to me, and I don't mean to make this sound racist, but it's not racist, it's true. The Mexican families, they're right next to me, they have like 3 kids, and they just let them run free. And of course they sit there and they stare at me. They stare at me! And I don't like that. I don't like that. Get away. I'm sad right now. I'm at the movie theater alone. This is what I was told never to do. And I'm here and I got this little kid staring at me. I'm like sitting here. I'm like, am I supposed to have some epiphany here that makes my life turn around? I didn't. So I just left annoyed. Then we have another form of movement, which isn't really movement at all. It's just you going like that and moving your feet. Bailey Josephine 14 on Instagram, also happens to be my cousin. She writes, when people put their feet on my chair, angry face. Frank Elligan, and he put this really high on his list of things, people putting their feet close to your head or face. What the hell? I can't believe some people are so inconsiderate that they put their feet up like that. Sorry, I had a lot of milk this morning. I am fine with you putting your feet up on the seats, but here's the deal, you need to check that seat first. I remember when I saw Endless Love. I am remembering so much, but I remember when I saw Endless Love, there were feet on both sides of my head. It was me, my chair, and those 2 open spots in my chair, feet. It was like I actually went with friends, but they were feet. That's just inconsiderate. Whenever I'm about to put my feet on the chair, you gotta do the look over. You gotta make sure there's no one down there that's going to get just infuriated, because then your foot is going to get stabbed. You want your foot to get stabbed? Because it's going to get fucking stabbed. Now, this next one is for those people who go to movies alone, like me. And I am so glad this one got brought up, because I have not been able to just talk my anger about this ever. And that is the idea of sitting. Lee Bukovic, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I've met you and I don't know how to pronounce your last name. People sit right next to you when the whole row is open. Shit's whack. Shit is indeed wackly, because this happens to me a lot. And it happens to me when I'm alone, and it makes me uncomfortable. I went and saw the Old Boy remake, which, by the way, I don't think that movie was nearly as bad as many people made it out to be, but I was the only one in that theater, which, by the way, is the loneliest form of lonely ever. However, just middle-aged lady walks in. There is an entire theater of possibilities, of options for her to sit to watch this movie, which, by the way, is rated R for a lot of rape. No, we can't sit in the back, right? 2 seats away from me. 2 seats away from me during the rape movie. That just makes me uncomfortable. I don't like that, so that's a thing. And even if it's a packed theater, if there is a row open, always take that open row. Always take the open row, because that's your row. And don't sit 2 seats away from the guy who went alone. It makes me feel sad, because you're always with someone. This is another one that I am so glad someone brought up to me. because this one is going to lead into my final lesson of the day. Nicole from Nick's Knacks Books, who has a channel, by the way. She's awesome. I was talking to her all night about Batman. Batman rules. She writes, leaving the cinema early and not staying for the after credits scene. Can you be any more stupid? Especially Marvel films. Use your common sense, people. Nicole is furious with you! This is just one of those things that peeves me off. When you're going to a movie, and I go to the midnight showings. Well, they're not midnight showings anymore. I go to the opening showings. I want to be the first person in that theater to see that movie before it comes out. You know? So I go to those, and I go to those for Marvel films. I love Marvel films. I love them to death. And I watch them, and I know, because I've been with this universe since Iron Man 1. You gotta wait till you don't leave a Marvel movie until that blue screen saying rated PG-13 pops up. You don't leave. Do you know why? Because there's an after credits scene. Now I can understand this a week into release, people leaving, because those are the kind of people who come in, they're like, oh, I heard great things about Guardians of the Galaxy, I'll check it out. It's the people in the first screening, the midnight show, who leave before the after credits scene. Because when you're in the midnight show, to me, that means you're a Marvel fan and you've seen a Marvel movie before, so you should know what the hell is coming up. This happens all the time. This happened during Guardians of the Galaxy, which I could kind of understand, but then it happened during the first time I saw Avengers. That's right, the Avengers! The greatest comic book movie of all time! Half the crowd left. Half of the crowd left. You don't leave till you see the final credits, which leads me into my final point. Event movies. Event movies. If you're sitting there now and you're thinking, well, I'm never going to make a peep ever in a movie because Ash told me not to, let me tell you about one form of movie where the rules are not the same. Event movies. When I go to see a movie like The Avengers, like Captain America 2, like Guardians of the Galaxy, like Godzilla, I go there because that's an event movie and I want to have fun. This isn't 12 Years a Slave. I'm not just going because it's 12 Years a Slave. I gotta go. It's supposed to be really good. Gotta go. This is an event. Things are happening and you know what? You are allowed to cheer. You are allowed to talk. You're not allowed to talk about did the pool guy come? You're allowed to go, yeah, when something happens, or woo! It's like a sporting event for nerds, and you're allowed to do that. And I'm telling you right here and now, the guy who doesn't want you to do that, he is the dick in this case. He is the dick in this case. But the second you take that attitude into a drama, then that guy's the hero. But if he's yelling at you because you're clapping at the end, you're excited about this, he's the dick. Because event movies have that different rule where you are allowed to have fun in an event movie. You're allowed to talk to the screen. Not excessively, but just have fun. Have fun in event movies. And this is something I've seen, it's awful. Because the same people who go with me to the dramas and they talk the entire time, they come see Guardians of the Galaxy or Godzilla and they're like, the entire time. Event movies are different. You're allowed to yell and scream, but, keep it down. I don't know. You're allowed to get into that nerdgasm. You're allowed to have it. That's what they're for. And guys, that is Captain Vitus's guide to movie theater etiquette. I want you, this is your homework today. Share this video. I know it's long, but share this video with people. Let's make it big so we can get the word out that we aren't going to take it anymore. We're not going to take this insanity. We're not going to take people just going in and just going, oh, look, it's Bowser. Oh! We're not going to take it anymore. We are going to fight for our right to not party at the movie theater. We're going to fight for our right to respect the movie theater and respect the movie theater experience, and then, only then, can we be free. So once again, please people, share this video, make it heard, and always, because you stayed so long with me, stay classy, my friends. Stay classy.